But I will continue to fight, and I will remain active for as long as I can. I won't sit by and let another mother suffer if we can help to save a child.
From this point forward, I was going to be a strong and bold voice, not just for my son, but for every other child who's going to walk this road after him.
We wanted to be involved in an organization that was never going to give up. Ian's Friends Foundation is that organization.
Although Cheryl and I and all these people that are trying to help run IFF, we still need support too. And the encouragement and support of people always coming year after year, especially when they've lost their battle, is something that's inspiring and helps us do even more to help others.
When Carson was diagnosed, we were given no hope. There were so few treatment options available, and even on day one, the doctors presented one of our options as just doing nothing, because the odds of success with any of the available options were so limited. That's just not right. You can't, as a parent, sit by and just let that keep happening. And that's why we've always been involved with Ian's Friends and continue to stay involved with Ian's Friends, because more research and more research and more research is the only thing that's gonna fix it.
IFF went to Dr. Soydan and said, here's some money because we believe in what you're about to do. And I am so grateful for that, because that gave Caitlin a chance at something. And I think that as those trials continue to get funded, trials that hold promise and hold hope, as they continue to get funded, we get closer and closer to finding a cure.
As Rose neared the end of her battle with DIPG, her oncologist asked us if we would consider donating Rose's brain tissue to the IFF biorepository at Scottish Rite. Although we had faced many difficult decisions since Rose's diagnosis, this was an easy one. We knew we couldn't save Rose, but we hoped her brain tissue could be used for research that might one day save other children.
IFF is so grateful for the contribution these families make in donating the tissue to the biorepository. It's what's so necessary to help these researchers and to advance pediatric brain tumor research going forward.
When we got to learn about different studies and different, like the symposium that Ian's Friends Foundation does, where they bring all the great minds together and have them share ideas, we were fortunate enough to be invited to one of those early on in Leah's sickness.
It was really important when we saw things that their doctors were suggesting, and to be able to actually point to something that had the potential to help her was, even though it wasn't there to help her in time, it gave us all hope.
Their family is now committed, as much as we are, that we find a cure. And when they said that they wanted to bring IFF to California, we were elated. This is the next bridge to growing IFF.
We had my MRI and it was nice. I wasn't worried or anything. And then right after that, they sent us right back to the oncologist, right away. And he told me I had a brain tumor in my brain stem. And I just thought, this can't be happening to me. I'm supposed to be normal. I have a whole life to live. I want to do so much.
And here I am. I'm 21, about to go into my senior year of college and graduate with my BSN and become an RN. Nursing just was calling my name, and I'm following that voice.
I always thought Lily had more life than other people who had longer lives. She was just so full of of joy. And Lily had such a love for music, and again, always was trying to spread her light, that even with the help of Ed Rowland, tried to teach Ian to play the drums or play the guitar, which didn't really work that well, but
he loved it though.
He loved it.
Well, I think IFF, they're a great support for families who have lost their children. You know, it's good to know that even though Jared has passed away, that he's still in everyone's memory. Josh has been playing the piano and keyboard. He actually hosted a concert where he raised money for Ian's Friends Foundation.
We talk to people from all different backgrounds all the time when we get phone calls. But Alyssa, she was a fighter, not just for herself, for her son, but for their issue. Especially when you're in a single parent household, she went at it head on and was there for Micah, while still, I guess, silently fighting as hard as she could to make sure everything was accomplished.
I think in my mind, I felt like as a mom, the more I educated myself, the more I could make good decisions for my son. And so I started getting involved. The more families that I met, the more inspired I was, and I could share my story, but I could also share with them what I had learned. And it was just something I couldn't walk away from, because it gives me hope that there is a day that is going to be, you know, better for kids like my son, and that's inspiring to me.
We've been involved with the IFF because the IFF gives parents like us hope. I think the biggest struggle really is to be able to take a break. It's just an ongoing job that doesn't pay, except the love that Bria gives us back, which is a lot. And that's what keeps us going, that she's so amazing and smart and loving. That's the payoff.
I feel like the IFF has evolved. When we first got involved, it was out of desperation. You know, we called Phil and Cheryl because we were looking for a lifeline. And I think what we got initially was just kind of like a empathic ear. And over the years, it seems to have become like a real force for innovation and research.
Phil and I fell in love with the Dobbs, the parents. Brantley, such a funny, witty kid.
I remember him looking at me, like with his eyes, just looking up and saying, "Are you praying for me? Like, am I gonna be okay?" I'm like, "You're praying for you, but you're gonna be great."
I was blown away by all the work Ian's Friends Foundation has done, like, especially when my sister was asked to speak. She had the undivided attention of every single person in that room. It made her so happy to be able to walk up on stage and inspire so many people. It was just amazing.
You guys are so sweet, thank you.
The strength of these kids is so much stronger than the strength of parents or friends or anything else. They face their diagnosis and fight their greatest fight every day for an opportunity of a tomorrow. And that's what IFF tries to do, give them an opportunity of a tomorrow.